Click. Alrighty. Welcome to the PSBS. That's the PlayStation podcast. I'm your host, Code T, PSN Bye Boys. My host here is
Andrew Arenas, double is everyone. Happy belated New Year.
Yes, with that enthusiasm.
January 6th.
Enthusiasm.
2016. I was at 100 and now I feel maybe at 40. Like the batteries are dying.
How? I just did a countdown.
Oh, yeah, the countdown.
Countdown, man. I counted down to the episode and you went from 100 to 40.
Like you need to put me in low power mode like on an iPhone.
Oh.
You gotta preserve my battery. And if you don't like tap me or like wake me up every 30 seconds, I'm gonna shut the screen off.
Wow. Well, yeah. Well, cheer up because today is a special episode of the PSBS, if you didn't know.
Yes, it's very special.
Yes. This week marks our 1 year of doing the PSBS. Was that an applause?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was applauding. That's very important.
Yeah? Applauding's good.
Goodness, I don't even know what to reflect on. There's so much. I mean, gosh, the first episode, what did we even, or episode 0.0 before it was 1.0?
Yes, this is counting episode 0, 1 year since we did episode 0, our test episode.
Because now I'd like to almost call ourselves 2.0, but we have something to say about 2.0 later.
Yes.
1.0, gosh, that was like around the time when we were getting hyped for like The Order. I played like Dying Light. Those are some of the first things that we were talking about.
No, one of the first things we talked about was powers.
Really? Why did we talk about powers for? Was it out at the time or something?
No, but I think we were talking.
The dates?
No, we were talking. I think it was like they put out like the trailer release date, and we were just talking about how
the trailer. We were like making fun of it a little bit.
Yeah, we were talking about how like they spent like way too much time talking about E3, and we were just kind of going on about like what the long development of the show.
Oh yeah, they're never gonna do something like that again. But watch Sony this E3 talk about Power Season 2. Power Season 2 would already be out by then. Wouldn't Power Season 2 already be out before E3?
I would assume, but I don't know.
Yeah, that's the date. I'm excited for Power Season 2, if you can't tell.
Yeah, might as well premiere to March 25th.
I saved that a couple episodes ago, actually. I do need my fill of superhero shows because, like, I have none. Yeah, there's Supergirl, but, like, I'm not in the mood. I'm not in the mood.
Not in the mood. Not ready for that.
Like, I'm in the mood for her any day, but I'm not in the mood to just watch this corny show.
Oh.
Like, I can be. I just gotta get in the mood. I'm not in the mood for it yet. And then it's on CBS. I can't even watch it on Hulu, and it's just conundrum. I don't like it.
Oh yeah, they want you to get that CBS app.
Yeah, screw the CBS app.
But yeah.
It's already another thing added, but thank you, Sony, for putting Powers at least for free for PlayStation Plus members. Not another thing I have to pay for, even though Plus is already something that you don't think about paying too much, unless you're smart and you have a year, not a freaking month, like some people. Like, oh, my PlayStation Plus is on. Let me pay another $10 this month. Garbage. Don't do that.
Yeah, it starts adding up pretty fast if you do one month to month.
Unless you're, like, really sure, like, say, like, oh, I'm only able to play games this month, and then I'm going to be out for school or, like, work or something for, like, 3 or 4 months, then maybe. But still, like, you might as well just pay for the year.
Yeah.
Because, like, you'll have your off time, like I did, playing. And by the way, like, I hate this typical question, but do any of us have New Year's resolutions?
Of course not.
No?
Nope.
The hand on the clock doesn't indicate anything? No New Year's resolutions.
Nope. I have no improvements to make on myself whatsoever.
At least in terms of gaming resolutions, because I have other resolutions.
Gaming resolutions. I mean,
yeah, because Sony posted their gaming resolutions on Twitter, like playing Destiny, stuff I would never do, or like playing Battlefront, which I probably wouldn't do either, or like playing Until Dawn. That's a resolution I need to do. Playing more Until Dawn. Actually get all the characters alive.
Yeah. I don't
Play
know.
that.
Yeah, that might be my gamers. It might be just to play more because I haven't been playing as much as I want.
Maybe just playing more, trying my best to do games of this year, maybe.
Yeah, I'm so
Because when I get
backlogged. It's
down to the
terrible.
games I played of this year, of last year, was
Mm-hmm.
maybe only about 15.
15.
And that's even including some games that were released on the PlayStation platform that were released years ago, like Super Meat Boy and Shovel Knight.
Yeah.
And I really like Shovel Knight. Shovel Knight's a good game, and I'm wondering when that game will be free from PlayStation Plus.
Well, at some point.
Maybe next month. Hey, maybe next month.
Yeah,
And
maybe.
then we'll see maybe if the order is free next month. Hey, then
Well,
I will be right.
yeah.
Yes.
Tune in last week. We talked in depth about why certain games are not on Plus.
Yes, we're going to check that discussion out, but
Yes.
we won't get into that again because we had a long discussion about it. I think that's a very valid points that we made because not too many people talk about it. They go directly straight to why not? But if you check out our discussion, we'll definitely give you more instinct. You can't go off the instinct of why is there no AAA games on PS4 anymore. You got to kind of think about it a little bit.
Yeah.
Yes, don't get me wrong. I would like some AAA games on PS4 too. Don't get me wrong. But at the same time, you gotta kind of think about it a little bit.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and then on top of that, what many Sony exclusives is there to give away?
Yeah. That was last week's episode 45. Because this week is episode 46, which mathematically,
46,
some people might be thinking, if you're episode 46 and it's your 1 year episode, why don't you have 52 episodes? Well, reason being is because, one reason is we started episode 0, so technically, if we were perfect, we'd be on episode 51 right now.
Oh, and then what about all the specials?
Yes, we did special episodes. We did, I think, 5 special episodes? Let's see. We did an Order special. We did a Bethesda special. We did a Game Awards special.
Game Awards special.
That's 3 right there. Do you know if we did any more specials?
Oh, I gave the award specials. No, PSX was a regular episode.
Yeah.
Stuff about
we
the
did
Ubisoft and Bethesda conferences.
Yeah, we did that. We did a Bethesda one. We did Ubisoft/EA one. So that's 4.
Nah, no TGS one. We merged that in with everything else. Gamescom, they didn't attend, so didn't have one. Paris Games Week, then I just merged in with everything.
Well, actually, that's 4 specials I just named, and we're on episode 46. So 46 plus 4 is 50, plus episode 0 makes 51.
There you go.
So there you go. We do have 50 episodes.
We had that small pit of time because I was at school and I was having loads of technical difficulties.
Yes.
Of just being able to upload files. That's it. I was able to record, but the uploading of the files just wasn't working.
Yeah.
So that was a span of 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks.
Yeah, we went through a thing where it was 2.5, almost 3 weeks without an episode.
We didn't want to give up. I mean, that was legit. Just I don't even remember what block of the semester that was for me. It was just at a time when it was just oh man, why?
Yeah.
Why?
So we didn't put up an episode every week this year, but we do have a year's worth of episodes, one for every week.
Yes, we do. So technically, you can listen to one every single week, and you would get 51.
A year would go by.
But who knows? Maybe this year we'll even do more.
Yeah, we'll see.
Because a lot of events will happen in 2016. PSVR will come out in 2016. That we hope. We'll talk more about VR in a second. Just a whole lot of stuff is going to happen.
Yep.
I said this was going to be the year. I said it a couple episodes. This was going to be the year.
Starting year 2 of the PSBS.
Yes. I don't have anything to cheers about. I don't have a drink.
I have a drink, but it's empty right now. So we'll see.
Oh, man.
We shall see. But with all that, let's get to the news. And speaking of looking ahead,
what news?
Yes, there's news this week, surprisingly. Yeah,
oh.
But speaking of next year, looking ahead to next year, Infinity Ward put out a tweet on their thing saying, Happy New Year. 2016 is going to be incredible. Let's do this. And then they have some crazy picture of some astronauts in space and the Infinity Ward logo. And it says, Happy 2016. Here's to reaching new heights. So, I don't know.
New heights.
New heights. Yeah.
New heights.
Yeah. So, a lot of people are wondering, trying to read between the lines, trying to figure out what this means. Because obviously Infinity Ward's putting out the Call of Duty this year. So, it's all right. Okay, yeah, there might have been a snag right there because we had a technical thing pop for a second. But yeah, what we were saying was that Infinity Ward put out their Happy New Year thing on Twitter, and it said reaching new heights, and they showed space and stuff, and this shows that Infinity Ward, they are doing the Call of Duty for this year, and people reading between the lines and wondering what that means, reaching new heights, and they show astronauts, and so what's the direction of Call of Duty this year? Yeah.
I think so. I'm really excited to see what will happen because I'll see if this game sticks with people, if it's going to be a good multiplayer game. No, I'm stuck where people's consensus on Black Ops 3 is. I know it's difficult to find consensus on a game like Call of Duty, but I'm wondering it's having staying power definitely on my friends list. People are playing it. I haven't really gone around to that game unfortunately, and it kind of sucks. This is really the Call of Duties that's kind of being omitted a little bit. And, it's been 2 months, so isn't it already kind of a little late at this point? It's only 10 more months until the next one.
Well, they usually announce it in May, around when it's the Call of Duty, the new one.
No, they announced it earlier in the.
I think
they at least announced the game, but don't really show anything until May time.
Yeah, well, there you go. That's
they
one
announced
thing.
It. We'll see. At least my impression so far, at least of the campaign of Black Ops 3, I thought it was very enjoyable. It was very good. It's already better than Black Ops 2. It doesn't take much to, but I think it's already better than Black Ops 2 at least. But I'm just not sure about everything else. The zombies, the multiplayer. How did it all pan out for people? I want somebody to kind of send me an article or what people think about it. What really think about it. If it's actually where's it rank among Call of Duties?
Yeah.
I'm curious about it. I just want to read. I'd rather do that than play. I'm just curious.
Yeah, and we'll see. And I don't know if they would. Do you think they would do a whole Call of Duty that's in space?
They just extend that part from the campaign of Ghosts. I really don't know. It's hard.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think they would. Sci-fi. They already kind of doing that just on Earth. If they bring it to space, I don't see why not.
We've seen this before in games where Call of Duty Ghosts had, you said, that opening in space where you're an astronaut and you're shooting a gun and all that.
Yeah.
But whether they can expand upon and make a game out of it. Because we've seen this in other games where they take an aspect of a game and expand upon the next one. Assassin's Creed 3 had the boat stuff, and they took that and expanded upon, made a whole game around that with Black Flag. But
I don't think space sections in those games in Call of Duty were really all that enjoyable. So it's just where you go. Yes, expanded could be better. Assassin's Creed 3, that's good example, but I don't think people found those parts enjoyable. And even other first-person games where you have to go to space, it kind of sucks. Wolfenstein: The New Order. Remember when you went to space?
No.
You never got to that part yet in The New Order?
No.
Oh, so you haven't beaten The New Order?
Nope.
Oh, okay. Well, when in Wolfenstein: The New Order, when you go to space, it's been 2 years. Well, not 2 years, but it's been a while now. People, when you go to space, spoilers. I don't know. It's just eh. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm excited to see it. I have a feeling it's Ghost 2. What does that mean sales-wise? I don't know. Probably won't sell as much as Black Ops 3 did last year. But if Ghost is a good game, if Ghost 2 is a good game, then it will sell more. I know that sounds the obvious, but if it's a good game, then it will.
Yeah.
Sell more. So if Infinity Ward actually buckles the hell down and delivers what they're supposed to deliver over a 3 years period, well, now this is the thing. Now because Infinity Ward is doing their part now of the 3-year new cycle.
Yeah, they get an extra year to work on it, so that's good.
This game has been in development for 3 years, so I pray to God that it's good.
They can iron out the space combat if there is any.
Yeah, if there's any, or just whatever else you gotta do is or just better, high, basically just multiplayer. Better, not the worst.
No. But we'll see. And like I said, we'll find out soon-ish, I guess, in the next couple months, we'll see. When they announce the new Call of Duty. Exciting. But speaking of annualized franchises and all that stuff.
This is the big one.
Yeah, the big one. So.
Oh, we're already going to this one.
Well, I mean, it just segued well, you know.
I guess.
It did segue well, you know, lead into it. So.
I mean, but this is one where they're pulling the brakes on it. Call of Duty is never going to stop. This one is pulling the brakes.
Yeah, maybe. So. Well, let's just break it down for people who don't know what we're talking about. So, a rumor / report, whatever, came out basically saying that there won't be an Assassin's Creed game this year.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. And basically, yeah, so there won't be Assassin's Creed this year. They're going to take the year off, and the next Assassin's Creed game will be called Assassin's Creed Empire, and it will release in fall 2017. Now...
I like that name. Empire. Assassin's Creed Empire.
Empire.
What's that guy? Terrence Howard is going to be in it. And it's open world. You're doing your rap career. It's going to be melodramatic. It's going to be on like one of the biggest cable network shows. It's going to tie in with the Empire show.
Well, Fox is making the movie, so...
tie-in, huh? On Empire. Get a sneak peek of Assassin's Creed Empire. Because I mean, I talked to some black people. They do like Assassin's Creed, so maybe they need to tap into that market a little more.
Okay.
But like, we're other than what's it called? Liberty? No, not Liberation. Liberation. Yeah, we haven't had like a black assassin yet.
No, I think you do in Freedom. Was it Freedom Cry? The DLC for Assassin's Creed 4?
Oh yeah. Whoops, sorry guys. Okay, yeah, but no, I'm talking like a featured character in a game, like in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's DLC. Okay, yeah. So we got that void a little bit, but I don't know. I would like an African American.
Well,
that'd be really neat.
Well, you might be getting that because the rumored setting of Assassin's Creed Empire is ancient Egypt.
Yeah.
And Egypt is a country in Africa, so there you go. But
I wonder who could play that assassin character if it's in Egypt.
I don't know.
The guy from Until Dawn?
Oh, yeah. Christian Bale.
No, not Christian Bale. Or that's funny.
Yeah.
Or because that guy from Until Dawn, he played King Tut in the Night of the Museum.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But here's my word. Oh wait, I'll let you keep going with the new story.
I just want to get a little more into the story. So yeah, that's the rumor is that it won't come out till fall 2017 and it'll take place in ancient Egypt. Now, the other interesting details include that basically Watch Dogs 2 will replace it as the big Ubisoft game for the fall.
Yeah.
Which is something we've always predicted that Watch Dogs 2 is.
Oh, that not Ghost Recon. You're calling me like, hey, surprise guys, Ghost Recon's coming out this year. I'll be like, holy shit.
Yeah. And so Watch Dogs 2 is going to replace it. And then there was even some more comments and details from the original post because it was posted like on Reddit or something. And it says And it says the reason why the game isn't coming out until 2017 is because of the reception to Assassin's Creed Unity.
Duh.
Kind of made them reconsider, annualizing the franchise. I mean, yes, Syndicate did come out a year later, but Syndicate was already well into development where they had to kind of put it out, the year after Unity.
Mm-hmm.
But Unity kind of made them rethink things, and like I said, in the rumored report, it says here, the reason is that this game will be a complete revamp of the series. The game is going for a Witcher feel with player progression, freeform combat system. The horses back
and Witcher feel? What does that even mean?
Witcher, like open world, the flow combat, like upgrading your character and buying stuff. There's going to be horses, and there's going to be boats. Boats are back, and the game is.
What you're gonna tell me? Oh, so it's gonna aim for the Witcher feel. So what am I gonna be sniffing out people and hunting for creatures?
I mean, maybe, but
best I better not be playing those stupid card games. I don't like the card games of Witcher 3 one bit. I don't like it.
I don't know. It just says it's going for a Witcher feel with a player progression, free-form combat system. Horses are back, and boats too. And the game is supposedly developed by the Black Flag team.
Well, I mean, it's basically at this point it's just all Ubisoft, but it's by Black Flag. It's by that team. Here's my worry about this. They are going to hype this one up crazy. Once it gets announced, this is Assassin's Creed. It worries me a bit because the one that last time when Assassin's Creed game got that hyped was Assassin's Creed 3. You don't know how well that turned out.
Yeah. That was the thing with Assassin's Creed 3. It was so hyped up to be this complete
next thing,
and the next revive of the franchise, and it wasn't.
Oh, look how everything they changed, and the new graphics engine, and oh look, we got the canoes, even though that wasn't in the final game, and then they had the E3 demos, and then when I personally had went to the Comic-Con panel and how hyped up they were hyping that game and everything, it's too much. I mean, do you really believe that in that time that they'll be able to really revamp everything about that game? I'm talking.
It's not like the game has been development starting today. The game's pretty much been development probably since Unity.
Since AC4 time. After AC4 was
done. Yeah, when AC4 was done, because it's supposedly the AC4 team working on it.
So it's been in development at least since 2014.
Yeah, and it won't come out until 2017, so that's a 3-year development cycle. So
I mean, it's just.
I mean, it all sounds great because.
No, I mean, I'm not gonna. Yes, it sounds fantastic, but I don't want to put myself in that hole again of the AC3 trap.
Exactly.
I do not want to do that again because AC3 is noted for being one of the most noted failures of all time. Well, just at least critically and what other people think of AC3, but it sold well, but it was a massive disappointment.
Yeah, and I mean, and that's the thing too, because I mean, with Assassin's Creed 3, it was this big thing, and then I think when 4 came out, Black Flag, it was kind of everybody's expectations were so low coming off of 3, and then 4 ended up being one of the best reviewed ones in the series because I think expectations were just so low going into it. But I mean, 4 really is a good game. I love Assassin's Creed 4. That was my favorite one.
Yeah, me too.
And the idea of those guys, developing this new one, bringing back the boat combat, which has been missing the last 2 games.
Well, I mean, we'll see. I mean, maybe they could add something that's not boat combat. It could be just maybe as engaging and fun. Maybe
chariot races.
Just maybe something interesting or cool. I mean, they're going to say that. Hopefully, it actually makes it to the final game. Well, not that canoeing would be any fun in Assassin's Creed 3, but
no, you never.
You know what I mean?
No chariot races. No, you never seen the animated movie Prince of Egypt.
Oh, I thought you were going to next ask me, did you ever watch the movie Gladiator?
No, not Gladiator. Gladiator wasn't in Egypt. Prince of Egypt was in Egypt, and there's this crazy scene where they're riding chariots through the streets and around the freaking pyramids.
Yeah, I watched Prince of Egypt.
Yeah, so just do something like that, riding chariots through the cities and jumping and assassinating people off of horses and stuff, all around the pyramids.
No Assassin's Creed game has. I know it's a silly question, but no Assassin's Creed game has taken place in Egypt, even those 2D ones.
No, which technically those 2D ones are coming out this year. So technically, a Assassin's Creed game is coming out this year, but not a big console release, like a big AAA release.
Oh,
It's like
not a main one in the series.
not a main one, yeah. These are like the 2D spin-off ones that are coming out
And
on
then
PS4 and
a
Vita. They
theatrical
are coming to
release.
Vita.
And a theatrical release
And
of
a
the
theatrical
movie.
release, which again, that is actually a weird thing when you factor that in. That this year Assassin's Creed the movie is coming out, but there's no Assassin's Creed game, which is really weird because
Yeah,
you think they would want to like tie them in a bit more,
put a
like
movie
hey,
with the game.
yeah,
Put a game with.
yeah, like you go like the new movie's coming out, you're like, oh yeah, the new movie's coming out, it looks awesome. Hey, I want to play the game, and the new one's out. Let me go get the new one. And you buy the new one, it comes with a movie ticket or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, you think they would want to tie all that in together, that marketing. Now, again, none of this is like confirmed or true. This is all just speculation, though.
It seems pretty plausible to me.
I mean, we'll see. They said
It makes sense that AC is taking the year off. I hope so. If that's false, oh no. I mean, I'm not gonna say that this Assassin's Creed game that's gonna come is gonna be bad. It's just God, like I didn't even get around to playing Syndicate. So it's just I don't know. I don't need an Assassin's Creed game this year.
exactly. I mean, we talked about this.
I need the movie.
Yeah,
I want the movie. It's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about this a lot. Like, they should kind of, back off from doing yearly Assassin's Creed. Like you say, they don't really need it, and this is great for the franchise to kind of take this time off and redevelop.
Oh my God. And then when it like comes back, it's like totally like I hope this is hypotheticals here. Like we don't know what the end result would be, but like it's revamped and everything. Like you're not even going to be able to tell Syndicate from this game. That's how big.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a legit cover system. It's got all this. They revamped the combat and it's got that Witcher 3 feel. Because every game needs to be The Witcher 3. Because I got The Witcher 3.
Yeah, because Witcher 3 is awesome, man. But yeah. I mean, we'll see. They said the tell is going to be at E3 because basically at E3, if you don't see Assassin's Creed, then you'll know.
Was Syndicate? I mean, Syndicate was announced a little before that.
Yeah, but I mean, if we make it all the way to E3,
like they made no like contributions to it at E3 though.
No.
So like it's trickling down. You're going from like a little bit of Assassin's Creed at Ubisoft to like no Assassin's Creed at Ubisoft. The only thing maybe you'll get is the movie, but like that's not even really the place to even talk about the movie.
Yeah. But
maybe I'll Michael Fassbender come up and be like, "Hey guys."
Well, no, yeah, Ubisoft did that already with Avatar the game. They had James Cameron just come on stage and talk about the whole movie for like 20 minutes.
Yeah, so maybe you might have like Michael Fassbender come up there or Marion Cotillard and just like be like, "Hey guys, we're working on the movie real hard." Or wait a minute, by then we're already done shooting. They'll be like, "Okay, hey guys, we're doing the post production. We're doing really hard work for you guys. We're gonna make this a good video game movie." And everybody's like, "Yeah!" And then they show like 2 minutes of the movie, and you're thinking like, "Oh, is this like an opening Assassin's Creed cutscene, or like is this actually the movie?" It is the movie. It's like, "Oh, it looks cool."
Yeah, Ubisoft would be the guys to do that.
That's what they should do.
Or like,
yeah,
I mean, we've seen it. I mean, you look at like Sony did a whole thing on Powers, and they did a whole thing for Ratchet and Clank the movie at their E3.
The thing about this is like it's a little different, and like there's no Assassin's Creed game, and it's going to be badass because it's Assassin's Creed, and it's in a movie form. And
then I think didn't EA do a thing on Need for Speed the movie at one of their things?
Hell, I don't remember.
I don't remember that
Need for
movie.
Speed movie came out well. Need for Speed came out well before E3.
Yeah, but it was like year. It was like at like one of their events they devoted some time to Need for Speed because they like brought the car out on stage and everything.
I don't know. Was Need how successful? Like I'm asking like successfulness of like games now. Like was Need for Speed even successful?
Nope. Somebody's listening to this right now probably just now remembering that there was a Need for Speed movie going like, oh yeah, there was a Need for Speed movie. It's got that dude from Breaking Bad in it. Like, yeah.
So maybe at this point now, maybe we could look at data and just be like, you know what? There's another racing franchise that we've not given enough love to over the past few years. I can't put my finger on it. We won't say it, but now Watch Dogs 2. This is the big one.
Let's talk about that. So
Watch Dogs 2.
Yeah, so according to this, Watch Dogs 2 is going to be Ubisoft's big game for the fall. It's going to like replace Assassin's Creed. So I don't want to go too much into the first game because we talked a great deal
Yeah,
about
we
Watch
talked.
Dogs, like just
Yeah,
talking
the
about
first
like
one. Yeah,
about the
its
hype train,
shortcomings.
yeah, the shortcomings and hype train and all that. So I mean,
Yeah,
what
that
do
was
you?
another hype. That was a hype one.
Okay, so what do you want to see out of Watch Dogs 2? Because that's one thing too. The rumor is that it's going to take place in San Francisco. It's a setting for Watch Dogs
Yeah,
2.
I mean, just a lot of people want, a lot of people want, especially what their complaints from Watch Dogs one, and just having almost nearly every single aspect of the game retooled, and that sounds like a tall order. But I think it can be done, and especially with that statement, if that's true of like the Witcher 3 kind of design, take aspirations from open world games that have come out in the past, I don't know, 5 years, and just apply it to this game really, and just make it the best it can be. I think San Francisco is a very compelling setting. I like that area a lot. I've visited several times. It's a very nice city to do it in. Would have really, I mean, a city like that hasn't really been explored since like Driver San Francisco. Or if you want to get really deep into it, San Andreas. But I mean, that was a long time ago. But I mean, I think Watch Dogs 2 could be more compelling for a lot of people since, I mean, looking at player statistical data, not a lot of people even bothered to even finish Watch Dogs, like, at all.
Because it's so long, dude. Act 2 is so horribly paced. But we talked about that already.
So, like, it's like 20%, like, it's bad. It's like 20%. More people completed GTA 4 than Watch Dogs. Granted, GTA 4 was, it's based on, it's based on an established franchise, and people are willing to beat it, and PS3. But it's people were not compelled to finish that game at all, and there was a big drop off between like Act 2 and like Act 5 of Watch
Yeah.
Dogs. The percentage of people.
Yeah.
So by then, hopefully maybe this one would actually maybe compel people to actually beat it. Like there needs to be a compelling hook to that game. Sure, there was multiplayer in Watch Dogs also, but wasn't Watch Dogs that game where no GTA launched its online after, but wasn't the online in Watch Dogs not functional until a little after the game's release?
No, what happened
Or
with
am I?
Watch? No, what happened with Watch Dogs was that the online play was pretty much only in the next gen versions.
Oh, so it wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't a PS3 version.
Like
Okay,
there
never
was a
mind.
multiplayer component to the PS3 version, but it was completely different than what PS4 had.
What else can Watch Dogs 2? God, so many things. I mean, it would take us a whole episode to talk about it, but
Can we get a
but it's
jump?
all online.
Can we
People
get a
can
jump
watch it.
button?
Yeah, a jump button wouldn't it be nice? Better radio, like actually invest money on music stations in the game.
Just
Sure, I can
improve
play
the
any
yeah,
song I
improve the
want.
driving overall. This the
Yeah.
driving's
Well, I
bad.
mean, granted, your driving can get better as you play it.
Yeah, it did get better for me as I played because like when I first started, I was just crashing left and right.
It's
I
like,
was like, what the
oh,
hell? After a while, I got used to it, but it can still be improved.
damn. I mean, getting those driving controls down is probably going to be a big test. Everything about this game is going to be a big test, but God, getting those driving controls, I can only imagine. Like, I bet getting driving controls is pretty difficult
Yeah.
because not every game can really nail it like the way we would want it. I mean, GTA 5 does it very well in not Need for Speed, Burnout games and other arcade racing games. I think the crew, I don't know. After playing, when I played it a little bit, I wasn't sure. I'm like, they took the Watch Dogs driving, but we'll see. I mean, if it does the Fallout 4 thing where it's not a very long preview cycle, it's just we'll have E3, maybe have a little bit of thing afterwards, and then just release it.
Yeah, that's what they need to do because I know they really want to avoid what happened with the
Like,
first game, which we talked about on the show, so I don't want to go too much into it. But
yeah, exactly.
the preview cycle was way too long in that game.
And I don't know. And then it seemed like people are excited. I mean, once the article went up, the torrent files of the first game shot up exponentially on PC.
Mm-hmm.
So
people
were all like,
yeah,
"Oh, Watch Dogs 1? Yeah, Watch Dogs 1. I'll just steal it. I'll just take it on the computer."
I mean,
Watch Dogs.
I mean, it's in the spirit of the game, I guess.
Yeah, I suppose, or like
Go,
try it out, or
digitally
like Watch
steal it.
Dogs 1. Which one's that one?
Oh, is that that
Play
one
it
where
a little bit.
is that the one where you're undercover cop in Hong Kong?
Oh, that's the wrong game.
A sleeping dog.
You get disappointed because you end up. Well, wait a minute. You wouldn't get disappointed. You end up getting a better game. Whoosh. Oh, son.
Oh boy.
But I don't know.
I don't know.
God, I want
But
sleeping too. By the way.
yeah. But I mean, yeah, Ubisoft has already teased in the past that they said the leap from Watch Dogs 1 to 2 is going to be like the leap from Assassin's Creed to Assassin's Creed 2.
Yeah, exactly.
Which,
Oh yeah, we know the game exists. It's just that with matter of revealing it and like when it's coming out. That's all it is.
Because they really can't make an Assassin's Creed 2 level leap, then that's going to be great. Because Assassin's Creed 2 was a huge leap over the first one. Way
way improved.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yep.
Well, mostly everything for some people, but it was a fantastic. Assassin's Creed 2 is a fantastic game. Assassin's Creed 1 was the one they hated.
Oh yeah, everyone hates that game.
I don't know. It seems like some people have an affinity for that game for some reason because it's the first one.
Yeah, everybody's like, oh, it's the first one. It's more like actual Assassin. Like, they don't have all that extra stuff in there. Like horse. Well, no, there was a horse in the first one, but like, boat combats and side missions and all that. It's like really straightforward, assassinating. And I'm like, yeah, that's right. But it was boring as hell. There was nothing to do.
The story was awful.
The story was awful. It was like just numbing. I had to like force myself to finish that game because I wanted to play Assassin's Creed 2 so bad. Because like I started playing it, never finished it. Then Assassin's Creed 2 came out, all the reviews were out saying this game is amazing, it's awesome. Even if you hate the first one, go play this. And I was like, all right. So I had to force myself to finish Assassin's Creed 1. It was just so, God, I didn't feel like playing it. I didn't want to play it. That's how bad it was.
But, it was that interesting IP that came out within like the first year of the PS3, right?
Yeah.
And Xbox 360. Well, Xbox 360 was already 2 years old by then, nearly, and. It proved successful for that. So I can't imagine another Ubisoft game taking that big kind of jump.
Yeah, because I remember when Assassin's Creed 1 came out, like IGN had when IGN posted the review, the headline was "Next Gen's first disappointment, first great disappointment." I was like, oh shit! And
it was. Well, there were other disappointments early in that generation, but this one was like a hyped up game. Remember? Yeah. Even I remember I didn't really watch E3 conferences then because I started watching E3 stuff in 2008. But I remember all the press stuff for Assassin's Creed, the magazines and all the stuff online about Assassin's Creed, the first one and all that, and look at the graphics and all that and the story. And then because nobody knew about the Sturgo twist, right? Or it was only hits it, but we didn't know where it was going.
Yeah, no one knew until the day the game came out, basically.
Oh my god! Can you imagine something like that today? Absolutely not.
Yeah, because it was crazy. It was weird. They never talked about it before the game came out. It didn't. No one knew until reviews started coming up. Because I remember IGN reviewed it. I remember reading the review and they didn't mention it. All they said in the review was, "Oh, they said you do play as another." That's what they said in the review. All they said was, "Oh, you do play as another character, but his story is completely useless and pointless, and we're not even going to talk about it." That was basically what they said in that review. And then I was like, okay. And I didn't know about it until I saw the X-Play review, because X-Play was like, some people are going to complain.
Showed it.
They showed it. Well, that's what they said. That's what they said in the review. They're like, sorry, I know some people are going to think this is a spoiler, but you're going to find out in the first 5 minutes of gameplay. So here you go. And they show you in the Animus, and it's all future or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, it was a crazy thing that they kept that under wraps for so long until basically the reviews came out. So, it was a big thing, but I don't know.
That was a crazy thing I just thought of. What is this next Assassin's Creed game? It's a VR game.
So yes, your Oculus, your VR is Animus. You put it on, you're just like, yeah, you're the assassin.
Oh no, not Oculus, because people won't be able to afford it.
Oh yeah.
PlayStation VR, you guys.
PlayStation VR, man.
We'll see how much that costs. Yeah. Aren't we?
We'll see. Super surprised they didn't mention it at all yesterday during the CES, Consumer Electronics.
Yeah, it's a little surprising. Maybe because they figured that the Oculus stuff was getting some steam.
I guess
today.
But they showed it at the end during their little montage of products, but they didn't talk about it at all.
I mean, it's PlayStation. It's more of the gaming sector. I mean, it already had its time. Usually, CES is for like new products.
Yeah, I
I'm
guess.
not saying that VR's new. I'm talking to like any kind of like new stuff that's being developed. And PlayStation VR's already being pretty well developed so far, and it's gaining momentum in order to be a consumer product. So maybe Sony's just kind of just focusing on other things right now, and we'll see what they can do with VR price. Oculus today was just ridiculous, so we'll just see what Sony will bring.
It's the price of a 2006 PS3.
Yep. And if anyone has to say the price, if it's the same price, Cass has got to say it.
Nope.
$599. Huge financial investment. You're gonna need 2 jobs for it. You're gonna need 2 jobs. You're gonna need to work 2 jobs because if Sony had told me to work 2 jobs today, I'd work 2 jobs to get a PS4, a PSVR. Like, oh man, where do you work at? Like the interview. Oh man, where are you working for? I want a PlayStation VR headset. What?
I want to escape. What? I want to escape my real life for a virtual one, so I'm trying to buy my ticket out of here.
Exactly, but I mean, it was a funny game. I was playing with my brother, like how much the Oculus would cost, and I was saying it was going to be like at least $500, and he was saying 300. Could you believe he said 300? Mm-hmm. Yeah, not. I mean, beforehand, what did you think it was going to cost?
I wasn't really thinking about it.
But you weren't thinking about, oh, they were going to put up pre-orders, but they had never said the price.
Nope. I didn't even know I didn't know that the pre-orders were starting this week. I haven't been following Oculus whatsoever.
Well, it's kind of important because it's kind of the trajectory where Sony might go.
I'm never going to own one, so
neither am I, but at the same time it's important to stay informed on it because Oculus is the forefront of VR right now. At least leading the charge in terms of like kind of really getting out there to consumers.
Well, actually,
Sony is too. Don't get me wrong, but whatever decisions they're making, maybe Sony might do differently.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. But I don't know. I wasn't really following it. I didn't know like it was like coming today. Like it was like already. It was just kind of whatever, and I was just like, oh yeah,
it's coming today.
I didn't know all that, but I was like, yeah.
Well, we'll see where PSVR lies on the spectrum of price and all that. But there's no details of that right now, so it's kind of difficult to speculate. But I pray to God that it's not $599, not even including tax and shipping.
Yeah, it's gotta be less than that.
I hope so.
I mean, we've seen Sony do that, undercut the competitor price.
Yes, they have. Yes, they have blatantly. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Granted, Oculus might be a little bit different situation. Might have a little better internal speculations and all that stuff, but PSVR, it's meant to be that better consumer gateway product that doesn't have too many barriers to entry.
Yeah, and PC
building a freaking PC for it and all that's a big barrier.
Yeah.
So buying a $350 box isn't that much of a barrier.
Yeah, and the odds are you probably already have one.
Yes.
It's not like the Oculus where it's like, oh, I want one, but my computer's probably not good enough, so I got to go get a new computer, and then everything, and then get your Oculus and all that. Where PlayStation VR, it's like, well, I already have a PlayStation, so it's like, do I want the PlayStation VR? Sure, Yeah,
you just hook up the little set-top box and everything, and look, I understand any kind of new technology because part of the reason why the PS3 was so expensive, right, at the time was that cell processing.
The cell processing and the Blu-ray drive, because at the time Blu-ray was just coming out, and it was like a big thing to have a Blu-ray drive. So
this is kind of what the VR headset is in somewhat of a way, right? It's like a brand new thing, like I mean, even though we have headsets right now, but they're like low consumer, poorly made, at least in my opinion, headsets. So this is one that's really gonna like come out.
Yeah.
So it's new. I expected this price to come. I mean, I was kind of calling it myself. A little higher than I expected, but we'll see where Sony goes. They know. Sony can take a loss on it.
Yeah, we'll see.
I was surprised Facebook didn't at least enforce maybe taking a loss on it too, and just be like, okay, we'll bite the bullet, maybe 150 each unit or 200 each unit, and we'll just sell it cheaper. But nope, they didn't decide to do that.
No, I
And they
mean,
have all the money in the world to do that, and they didn't do it.
yeah, I think just with Oculus, they know it's a very specific market. You know, that if they want it, they're going to pay for it. You know,
I suppose, but I
but
mean,
like
if
I
they
said,
want
with
to be
PlayStation,
successful.
like I said, with PlayStation VR, it's targeting a much wider audience. You know, just everyone who has a PS4, and trying to market this at a good price and make people want it and
And game developers, all the games.
games and
Like I will play
games.
that zombie taxi game. No, I
Yeah,
don't actually.
or just put the VR. Yeah, put the VR on No Man's Sky because apparently everyone that's not us wants that game more than anything. So put VR on that and everybody will go out and buy
Yeah.
it.
Oh yeah.
It's not that we don't want No Man's Sky. It's just every time we bring a guest on the show, they're like super excited for No Man's Sky, like way more than us. Like you notice
I mean,
that? Like every guest we bring on the show, like and we bring up No Man's Sky, they're like in love with that game.
it's because it's the easy kind of like thing to kind of show to people. Not saying that everyone else is kind of like, but I read into like it and stuff. And look, I had already said this right, like after 2014 or like early 2015. I think I might have said it like in the origins of the show. Like I'm not gonna get. No, it was after Rock Band 4's release or something like that, right? Where I was like, I'm not getting hyped up for things anymore.
Yeah, oh, yeah, we did a thing on like how to set expectations for games.
Exactly, and like Rock Band 4. I think Rock Band 4 more than anything was. I mean, I think the Order 1886 was a wake up call, really, but like I think it was Rock Band 4 because that was the game I was really hyping really hard, and it just did not deliver on its day one promise at all. The game's much better now, but I mean, that was really the last straw. I think the Order 1886 was one, but then once that came around, that was it. But I mean, what I have to say about No Man's Sky. I mean, it's in the list of games to come out this year, and uh, I presume it might be the Minecraft thing where it's in beta for like the longest time, and then just gets a soft release. If No Man's Sky gets a beta this year, so. No Man's Sky will come out this year. I mean, I just don't know if it's going to be the full No Man's Sky that you're maybe waiting for. Might be the beta.
I don't know. They said a
Because I
release
see the
date.
game going into.
They said release date's in June.
We'll see. I always had seen the game as kind of like Minecraft, just where it's released in the same way, but probably not so. We'll see.
We'll see.
But I'm excited for No Man's Sky. Don't get me wrong. I'm not like.
Yeah, we're not. It's not that we don't care for the
I'm
game.
not like Sony.
Yeah, we're not like Sony, but like, yeah, it's not that we don't care for the game. It's just, like we're gonna play when it comes out. We're just not feeling it the same way it seems everyone else is. Because like I said, we've had 3 different guests on the show in our 1 year, and each one of them are like in love with that game. Like they just like talk about it with such passion and enthusiasm, and we're just like, oh, well, that's cool,
Well, you see that. Well, that's not I could question a person because I can be about certain things, but you saw like Sony's marketing and passion leap off the net
Yeah.
because they kept showing it so many times.
Yeah.
It's been at like 3 threes.
Exactly, and it's been like, it's been a big part of their E3 presentation too. So it's not like just some little thing
Well,
like, oh,
I mean, it wasn't part of the PSX presentations at least, right?
no. They knew they had to like pull it back a bit.
Yes, they knew. The next one is Street Fighter V.
Oh god, Street Fighter
A
5.
little bit.
Just get off of it, man.
You think they're getting a little full of? You think they're getting a little full of themselves with that game?
Yeah, because I hate like every time E3 or something comes around, like they devote a whole section of the show to the game, and I'm just like, move on, And luckily, the game comes out next.
Look, and this is not being like hypocritical or like for any other kind of games that we would enjoy. Even sometimes the games I even enjoy, like I think would get even sometimes too much screen time. Like
Yeah.
I can only see so much of like Uncharted 4, like this other kind of game. If Uncharted 4 gets like a long demo or whatever, I mean the game deserves a long demo, but you know what I mean. If it overstays its welcome, then it doesn't need to. Even though, strangely enough, they always put Uncharted first anyways. It's not like it's the last thing like Last of Us.
Yeah.
Or something like that. Oh my god, Last of Us deserves all the time in the world once the second game comes out. I'm sorry. Once the second game gets announced and then it gets a demo, I want that demo to last forever. Because
Exactly.
it's going to be an incredible demo.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Games are not nearly as big of the spectrum as Last of Us or like anything like that. It's like, okay,
Yeah, I mean,
get off.
you're right. We don't want to be hypocritical and say, because I mean, a lot of people care about Street Fighter V, and that's great. But I mean, like you said, anything where it overstays its welcome. I mean, even
anything. Like,
I mean,
even if I'm interested in it, I don't need too much time on it.
Yeah, I mean, even the
you gotta move on.
Yeah, even the PSX event, like they were showing Uncharted 4, and it was weird. Like it wasn't an action scene, it wasn't nothing. It was just basically the opening scene of the game, and it was like, do we really need to sit here and watch this? Here, the opening scene.
That was a little odd. Yeah, it was long. Yeah, it was long. It was no gameplay demo.
It was just the opening of the game, basically, and it was kind of weird.
It was just that, and then they were displaying the new mechanics of like the branching dialogue pass. Branching dialogue. If you want to call it that, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, and I mean, and then with Street Fighter V, it's just weird. Like every time they do Street Fighter V, it's always just
an overblown.
It's overblown. Here's the game. Here's some fighting a bit. And here's a new character, and then the game director comes on stage and talks forever and about like this.
A while, like this. Like, okay, we get it. The game's coming. It's Street Fighter. I know. Thank you.
Always there's something leaked out the day before, so he's always making jokes about it.
Even a surprise.
Yeah, so he's always making jokes like, "Oh, sorry, it's got leaked, but here it is."
It's literally the same thing over and over again. Like you can watch how many presentations at least Street Fighter has? Like 3 at least of Street Fighter 5 presentations. Every single one of them is on the stage. Like I appreciate the passion that's up there when he's talking about the game. I appreciate it. Don't get me wrong, but like it overstays its welcome.
Yeah, but luckily the game is coming out next month, so done.
No, next is DLC and Super Street Fighter 5. Yeah, Turbo Street Fighter 5.
Turbo Street Fighter V Arcade Edition. It's like
you're not done with Street Fighter V yet.
Oh yeah, Street Fighter V. It's gonna keep coming back. But yeah. But anyway,
what other news items?
Yeah, we got some other news items. We got a little off news, but
you're probably quicker because they'll seem like topics.
Yeah, those are some big topics, but
you just put them. You just peppered it in somewhere else.
Yeah. But one game we mentioned a lot today is The Order 1886.
Oh my goodness! Well, can we go without a PSBS episode without talking about The Order?
But anyway, yeah, developer Ready at Dawn. Yeah.
Oh,
developer Ready at Dawn put out a tweet a few weeks ago, and they had some kind of video they put out recently, like talking about the graphics and like behind the scenes and developing or whatever. And some guy...
we can't stop talking about this graphics.
Yeah.
That's all they talk about.
Yeah, so they put out this video, and then some guy put something, and basically the game director tweeted back. It says something about... it says, we have to make a better game next time, and we will.
Okay. Oh, better game. Like, they have everything else. They just need the better game. That's it.
Yeah, it's like I mean, it's very self-aware, at least acknowledging that the game wasn't critically received, like they wanted.
Oh, they know that 110%. I'm sure.
Yeah, so they acknowledged that, and they said we have to make a better game next time, and we will. And I mean,
kind of have no choice.
Yeah, no choice. But I mean, it's still neat to see. I mean, it's neat to see a developer kind of acknowledge where they messed up at.
Yes.
Of course, this is not on the grand scale of Afro Samurai 2, which we mentioned a few weeks back.
Oh no! I mean, and look, the Order 1886 was only a failure on some fronts. It sold well, so Sony was pleased with the sales. Probably not fully, but it sold fine.
Mm-hmm.
People appreciated parts of the game. It's not like it was all bad. That's what I stressed. Like there are only parts about the Order 1886 I don't like at all, like the story and like the gameplay, but. Looking at where the sequel can go, we won't spoil it. We already have our spoiler cast about the Order, right? Or we have a spoiler cast about the Order.
Yeah, it's a whole episode.
The whole episode, and It's looking neat for the sequel. It's got a neat idea. I like where that will go.
Yeah.
All the assets are there. Just, I sense it could be great. I sense it.
Yes. But here's the thing, too. Like, some people kind of reading between the lines of his statement saying that we will make a better game next time. I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean a direct sequel to this. I mean, if they're just making another game in general. But, I mean, the assumption would be like the sequel, right?
I would assume so, right? I mean, I can't imagine them doing anything else. The Order 1886 seems like something they pretty much locked down because of the fact that they sequel baited it.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, but I mean, I think we talked about it. I mean, I think we talked about it at one point, like possibly the IP. Yeah, passing the IP to another developer because Sony owns the IP. Like, they don't own Ready at Dawn, but they do own the IP. So Ready at Dawn could walk away, and then they can like give someone else the game.
Yeah, there's that possibility, but at the same time, I still see that if they want to set their record straight with that game, making a sequel to that game that's vastly better than the one they put out before, then I think maybe in their good conscience they would want to make that game themselves. Now, that might be a totally different statement from what I had said before of like someone else doing it, but I mean, if they said that, then maybe it is in their best interest to make another Order and make it better.
Yeah.
Because I guess if anyone knows how to work with all those graphics and stuff, maybe it's them. Because the Order, as not that complex as the gameplay is, the graphics sure are.
Yeah.
So,
we're gonna start hearing.
Who else is really going to be able to work with it?
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna start hearing reports. Oh, Order's gonna come out in like 2 years, and they're gonna rework it, and it's gonna have a Witcher feel to it, and it's gonna have player progression.
A Witcher feel. Everything's got to be the Witcher. I like that. GTA 6 permanent announcement. It's got to have the Witcher feel.
The Witcher.
This one's wait. Oh, even though we named last week's episode of Witcher, can we name some Witcher feel?
Yeah.
It's got to have the Witcher feel.
Yep. Witcher. The Witcher feel is going to have a Witcher 3 feel to it.
Like, this girl I really like, does she have the Witcher feel to her?
The Witcher, yeah. But as much as we talk about The Witcher, actually, according to Metacritic,
I don't play The Witcher.
Yeah, you haven't played it. You don't play it.
Played The Witcher.
I've been playing the hell out of it the last 2 weeks, especially.
Which was maybe only a total of an hour and a half of Witcher.
Oh, God, I played it for, God knows, like 40 or so hours. I played it for 50, I don't know, a long time. I've played the hell out of it just the last 2 weeks. Just going through, finishing the story. I did finish the story, by the way. Finally got to the end of it.
Oh, so The Witcher didn't beat you.
Nope, I beat it, and I have like 80% of the trophies, so I'm really close to the platinum. So.
Dang, really? A platinum in The Witcher 3?
Yeah, almost there, man.
Is that even possible?
Oh yeah, like less than 1% of people have it, but it's doable.
Oh, 1%? That's a lot, actually, when you think about how much the game sold.
Yeah. But, I mean, as much as we talk about The Witcher 3, though, or at least I do, it's actually, according to Metacritic, not the best reviewed game of the year.
What is it? Witcher 3 is not the best reviewed game of the year, according to Metacritic?
Nope. According to Metacritic, Metal Gear Solid 5 is the best reviewed game of 2015.
Wow. Oh, good job, Metal Gear.
Well, best new game, because Grand Theft Auto 5 on PC this year.
It's not re-release.
That's a re-release, but new game is Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain has a 95 on Metacritic. The Witcher 3 on PC has a 93.
The Witcher 3 on PC.
Yeah, because they specify like what console, because like it says Metal Gear Solid 5, Phantom Pain, Xbox One 95%, Witcher 3 PC 93, number 4 Metal Gear Solid 5, Phantom Pain, PS4 93. I don't know how the PS4 version is 2 points less than the Xbox One version, but
I don't know, maybe some weird stuff. Maybe it was the PS website that rated it less.
Yes, or the Xbox website rated it really high, But I don't know.
Because it's the Xbox
version. Yeah. But anyway, so Witcher is not the highest reviewed game according to Metacritic. Despite that, you keep hearing about the Witcher 3 Game of the Year awards. Microsoft 5 is technically highest on Metacritic. Original, not a re-release. That's an interesting note there. What?
Was there another news thing? Well, actually, somebody didn't send it a question, but they wanted to know my thoughts on it, and he listens to the show, so
yeah,
maybe I should tell him my thoughts about Activision yet again spending more money to make more acquisitions on MLG, the company MLG.
Yeah.
This is a pretty interesting get, I think, more than maybe people think.
Yes.
Makes me curious maybe for their games later on if they really want to start making a. Well, I mean, they already have, but you know what I mean? Like maybe start making them more competitive focused. Call of Duty's always gone that route ever since, Call of Duty 4. And progressively, some of the Call of Duty games have been like less qualified in order to be like tournament worthy. But Black Ops 3 has been a pretty competitive game. A pretty legit competitive game, as some people put it. So I don't know. I'm curious about it. I'm happy for some of the people that are at MLG that have probably maybe benefited from this, or maybe some that haven't, since maybe there was probably an employee shakeup at MLG. But at the same time, I don't know. I think they're in good hands, at least. I mean, Activision will probably help MLG kind of go forward and hopefully not go backwards, especially with that live streaming fiasco they had where they really separated from Twitch. And some of their known personalities like Optic Nadeshot opted to go to the MLG streaming, which is its own proprietary streaming service as opposed to Twitch. Now, if you're a gamer, you're going to want to go to Twitch, right? Wink, wink. So, you're not going to deny Twitch anymore. Twitch's got so much benefits. Yeah. So, and more money. Cha-ching. So, you can't really deny Twitch. And then I had another person ask me like, "Oh, why don't you live stream games?" That was always a slippery slope for me. I mean, look, we started a little bit of live streaming.
Yeah.
We stream Far Cry.
Mm-hmm.
And there are appropriate times to live stream, I think. For me, I don't know. I'm not much of a streamer guy. I mean, even if I had a camera, maybe I would do it a little bit. Like the PlayStation camera, maybe I'd do it a little bit. But I don't know. I mean, there aren't too many times where I'm like, you know what? I want at least a dozen people watching me play this game. I don't know. That instance hasn't really come up too often. And a lot of my friends do live stream.
Well, I mean, couldn't you like link it or like put like if you have Twitter or something, don't you have like followers? You can like link it and say, "Hey, look, I'm live streaming," and then you can get like more people watching that way.
Yeah, that's a good point, but I don't know. With the friends that I have, I don't know if they're going to be wanting to watch me play video games for like hours on end. And then plus it gets kind of annoying. It's kind of difficult too, like where people post that they're live on Twitch. It is Twitter actually, yeah, because I have people that I follow that say, "Hey, I'm live on Twitch," people and all that stuff. I mean, it's not that I stream every day, and then on top of that, I'm leaving school this weekend, so it's not like I'll be able to stream, like have a schedule or even play games like at all, since I'm going back to school and my roommate is not going to be there, so I'm not going to have his PS4, and he's not going to be around anymore, only on the weekends, so no PlayStation connection, really, so that's going to be pretty difficult. So we really need to find someone to play the hot new releases. I mean, what's really coming out this month?
For January?
Yeah.
Well,
nothing really, right?
Well, no, Lego Avengers comes out at the end of the month.
Oh shit! Yeah, Lego Avengers.
Yeah, Lego Avengers, man.
Is that during the Martin Luther King holiday?
No, it comes out like January 29th.
Oh, screw you, Traveler's Tales. I mean, TT Games.
Nope. They don't like being called Traveler's Tales no more, apparently.
What if Telltale Games made a Telltale series of the Lego games?
Might as well. I mean, they've cornered everything else.
That'd be a trip.
Telltale presents a TT game, Lego whatever. It's a 5-part series. Okay, there might be another little jump there. We had another little snag. We're having a few little snags.
Biggie.
No biggie, just a few snags tonight. It's weird. It's just stuff like that happens. Because we're actually recording later than normal. Last couple episodes we record early in the morning, and now we're recording at night, and I don't know, we're hitting some snags.
It's kind of good that we're recording a little late. I mean, good and bad.
Yeah, but not really, but... But, I mean, yeah, we're done. We're just talking about streaming and in Activision MLA Sports or whatever.
MLA format?
MLA format, yep.
MLA, I wouldn't be surprised if Activision purchases the whole English language.
Yep, Activision has purchased the MLA language format. Yep.
Skylanders is in the dictionary.
Skylanders is in the dictionary, yep. But,
Skylanders is in the dictionary. And among others, they only have maybe like 5 or 6 people making the first dictionary once a year.
Yeah, new dictionary every year. New words like Call of Duty's in there. New ponage. All those other words. Prestigian.
Prestige. Microtransactions.
Map packs. Exclusive. The word exclusive is in quotation. There's like all kind of different definitions for the word exclusive.
Exclusive. Timed exclusive.
Timed exclusive. Console exclusive.
Map packs. Gaming is so weird sometimes.
Oh boy.
I can see why not many people are into it. Just kidding. A lot of people are. I'm just joking.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
It's just Activision.
Yeah. But yeah.
And a little bit EA. Activision's the worst culprit of everything right now.
Yeah.
Right. I shed some light on the recent purchase, but that's for a different reason. It's not like MLG. MLG did need a little bit of the help in a way. There's their own proprietary streaming didn't work all that well out for them, and I think Activision can maybe help them, give them some focus a little bit, and become like bigger than they ought to be. So we'll see where MLG goes in the years to come, and I appreciate MLG because I knew some people that were trying to get into the competitive gaming space, and it is pretty difficult. So I commend them for that.
Yep.
But
yeah.
What else do we have? Well,
I mean, I know your timing's a little off because we kept stopping, but we are actually past the 1 hour mark.
Oh, no.
Yeah, no, man. That's okay. I got this.
Our first meeting with everybody of 2016. It's like, oh, but you said that there was going to be stuff like, oh, I can put it in next week. What were they? I promise I won't go into it unless it's like something very.
No, the 2 things I saved from last week. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
The 2 things I saved for last week was that Metal Gear Solid 5 is the top review game on Metacritic, and The Order. Ready at Dawn said that they're going to make a better game next time.
Yeah, those are good ones to save. Yeah, okay.
I saved them for this week, so I think we went through everything. But I can double check. Give me 1 second. Like I said, if not, I can save it for next week.
I'm trying to think if there was anything else.
Yeah,
there's like some PS2 classics were rated from the ESRB, but like I don't know, I don't care about any of them.
Yeah, there was one thing, but it's small, and we could probably cover it next week.
Okay, if it's on the scale of like The Order or like.
Yeah, it's about on that scale, so we can save that for next week.
Sorry about The
Small
Order
thing, and see what other news we have next week.
Will we talk about The Order next week?
I don't know if they announce something next week.
That's free.
Free, man.
Well, maybe that'll come at the end of the month. So maybe in the last week of January, we'll be talking about The Order again. Look, can we just not talk about The Order next week?
Yeah. I'm going to try not to.
We'll try not to talk about that.
But we'll see. But yeah, and next week, I don't know if things are going to be different or not next week.
I mean, school starting. It's the first week, you know that. It's just the syllabus week and all that. It's like, oh wait, this week is the syllabus week. No, wait, no, it's not. Next week is syllabus week.
I'm going to teach. I'm going to tease this now. We're going to talk about it more off the air because it's something we're going to have to schedule out. But I think the PSBS is going to be moving to a new day of the week.
Oh, doctor.
Yeah, starting next week, I think we're going to move to a new day of the week. I think that's going to happen. So,
is it likely on a weekend?
I don't know. We're going to see. We're going to figure this out off air, and we'll let you guys know next week when you see that it's uploaded on a different day.
I can't wait for that conference.
Yeah. Yes, we're going to have a staff meeting after this.
I'm late.
You're late for the staff meeting. Yeah.
I'm late for the staff meeting.
Yeah. But yeah, we're going to have a little meeting after this episode. But yeah, I think the PSBS is going to be moving to a new day of the week starting next week.
I feel like I'm in trouble.
Yeah, you're in trouble. But yeah, no, I think we're moving to a new day next week. Hopefully we have another announcement to make. I don't want to talk about it too much in detail.
Until it's ready.
Until it's ready. Yeah, there's this thing we're working on right now. It's really cool. It's really neat what we're going to be doing. But like I said, I don't want to go too much in detail until we're ready, and you'll see. Basically,
because you wouldn't want to be disappointed that it's not there anymore. So
yeah. Well, if you notice,
would I want to be disappointed if it's not there anymore? I wouldn't want to be.
I don't know. Well, there's one thing I haven't been doing with the show lately. If anybody noticed, and that's kind of has to do with what we're doing, being as vague as possible. What I'm saying.
Yeah.
But yeah. But you'll see. Good. Hopefully next week we'll be ready to talk about it because I was hoping we'd be ready this week, but we're not quite there yet. So hopefully next week we'll be ready to talk about it.
Oh yeah, I'm excited.
What we have?
No, like I'm actually this one I'm legitimately excited. Like, okay, if you weren't thinking I was excited for the new year, I'm excited for this.
Yes, like I said, it's the second year of the PSBS. We're doing changes, new things, and exciting, and I just want to get them all in line before I start announcing them.
I know. It sounds fantastic. I cannot wait.
Yeah. So we're going to see. But with all that, this has been the PSBS episode 46, 1 year episode and all that. Thank you for listening to us this past year. If you have listened to all 51 episodes we've put out, including the bonus episodes and everything. So thank you for sticking with us this long and to continue to stick with us because we're going to keep doing this for the foreseeable future. Just keep doing this. We just love doing this. But yeah,
I love PlayStation.
We love PlayStation and video games in general. Such a good thing. But yeah, but just 1 year of a video game podcast. You're just like, video games are all right.
It's okay.
It's all good. It's okay. Video games are all right. But anyway, this has been the PSBS episode 46. I'm your host, Co-TPS, and by voice, my coach here is
Andrew Reyes. Double is everyone. Have a good week. Don't be sad that break is over. For many people, whether it be work, school.
Yep. But
whatever happens.
Yeah, whatever need be.
Just now because hang on, because now I'm coming with the grips of the fact that school's starting again.
Mm-hmm.
I now kind of accepted it now because I think it was January 1st. I swear it was as soon as the ball dropped in New York City where I was like, oh shit,
school is back.
Yeah, almost. And I was not accepting that fact, and I ended last semester really bitter. So it was the most bitter taste in my mouth ever. Mm-hmm. So I couldn't get over that. Oh, I got over it, but I still thought about it. So the fact that I have to return and everything is just but, and then my friend not being here next semester, that's a big loss kind of. He was a good friend of mine. Well, I mean he is. He is. I shouldn't speak of it.
He is still with us.
Yeah, I mean, he's still with me. Yeah, he's still with me. I mean, we'll see him during the weekends, but he's not going to be in my vicinity as easily as it used to be. And
Yeah, but I just didn't want people to have the impression that he like passed away or something. That's not what happened.
Oh no, yeah, that's absolutely not the case. He's moving forward. He's getting. Oh well, I probably shouldn't say that, but he's moving forward with his life.
There you go. That's a good way to put it.
That requires not going to school for one semester for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
Won't call about it, but he knows what he's doing wrong, and he knows it. I tease him about it, but he's doing it wrong. But I guess in the end, it might work out for him. But well, we'll see what the new year brings. Just overall,
yep,
it's gonna be.
We'll see.
I feel it's gonna be good. 2016, like I said, it's gonna be that merry. It already kind of has so far. The first week, pretty solid.
Yep.
Even though I'm scared of school, but like I'm not scared anymore.
I'm scared.
I'm not scared of school. I'm not scared. I'm scared.
Yep. But
will it be as scary as a horror movie? I don't know. Or as Until Dawn? I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see. But yeah. But with all that, thanks for listening, and hopefully we'll see you guys next week. Good luck with the new year. Play your games, and yeah, there's that. And